In a world cluttered with information, where truth is power, Lawin Weekly News stands apart.
We delve deeper, uncover facts, and bring stories to light. From political showdowns and economic triumphs to the pulse of the street and the heart of the community.
We capture the moments that define us, stories that challenge, inspire, and transform.
Tune in live Sundays 8 a.m. Central Standard Time and Sundays 6 p.m. Central Standard Time.
These are Lawin headlines for this week. Houston officials clash over $30 million stormwater fund for building demolition. Fireworks blamed for New Year's Day apartment fire in SW Houston. Fort Worth physician saves infant's life in rare heart surgery. No budget for new flood control projects, DPWH says. Scandal hit Cambodian tycoon sees more assets seized in Singapore. Court Texas, Filipino groups partner with consulate to honor Jose Rizal in Houston. Anthony Joshua released from hospital after tragic crash.
Good day, I am Neska, and tonight we bring you the latest stories in the United States of America, especially in the state of Texas. So sit back, relax, and let Lawin Weekly News be your guide to the news that matters most. The Texas Commission on Environmental Quality is reviewing how to implement two new state laws aimed at strengthening oversight of concrete batch plants across Texas. Senate Bill 763 requires the Commission to conduct air quality permit reviews for these plants every 8 years, an increase from the previous voluntary 10-year cycle. Senate Bill 2351 allows the agency to impose stricter air quality standards on batch plants that haven't yet begun construction or have requested extensions. Concrete batch plants release particulate matter, which the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency identifies as harmful to human health. State Senator Carol Alvarado of Houston, who authored both laws, said the legislation is a step forward. The environmental groups, including Air Alliance Houston, urge the Commission to enforce the rules fully to protect communities. The Commission must finalize rules for SB 763 by March 1 and continues work on SB 2351. Updates are available on the TCEQ website. Texas officials have unveiled new precious metal products, giving residents another option for investing and collecting. The Texas Comptroller's Office announced the debut of the Texas Lone Star coins, available in gold and silver. Each coin features a Texas coat of arms and a detailed outline of the state. Alongside the coins, the office introduced modern Texas redback gold notes inspired by paper money from the Republic of Texas era. The notes contain genuine 24-karat gold and feature images of a Texas Longhorn, the dome of the state capitol, and the Alamo. Both the coins and the notes are available through the Texas Bullion Depository and select major coin retailers. They are collectibles and bullion items, not legal tender. Acting Comptroller Kelly Hancock said the new offerings reflect Texas' tradition of independence and fiscal responsibility, combining state symbolism with high-purity metals. The Texas Bullion Depository, established in 2015, operates as a state-run facility under the Comptroller's Office. The inaugural 2025 Lone Star coins come in 1-ounce gold and silver versions, while the redback gold notes will be issued in 3 denominations based on gold content. Houston Mayor John Whitmire's plan to use $30 million from the city's stormwater fund for building demolitions was delayed Wednesday after officials debated whether the spending is legal. City Controller Chris Holland said in a memo that the fund, which has a $166 million budget this year, is meant for stormwater infrastructure like ditches and detention basins. He argued that demolishing buildings is unrelated to stormwater management. The mayor's office noted that more than 2,300 buildings have been identified for demolition, with 343 already approved. Public Works Director Randy Mackay said some structures pose a direct nexus to the drainage system, as illegal dumping at these sites can affect stormwater channels. Council members questioned that connection. Councilman Edward Pollard said the link is weak, while Whitmires emphasized that residents care about results more than technicalities. The proposal was postponed until the next council meeting in January. Some members praised it as a creative approach despite funding concerns. New Year's celebrations turned tragic early Thursday in southwest Houston when a fire broke out at an apartment complex, leaving multiple families displaced on the first day of 2026. Houston firefighters responded at the Boyo West condominiums on Club Creek Drive shortly after midnight, finding flames visible from the street. Witnesses reported seeing a firework land on a balcony just before the blaze started. Fire officials said aerial rockets are the primary focus of the investigation. Low water pressure initially hampered efforts, forcing crews to fight the fire from the ground. By the time pressure was restored, flames had reached the roof, prompting additional units to respond. Between 40 and 60 firefighters battled the blaze for hours. Deputy Chief Brian Sky Eagle said multiple boxes of fireworks were found at the scene, and rockets likely ignited the balcony and roof areas where the fire was most intense. Officials estimate 16 to 20 condo units were damaged. The American Red Cross is assisting displaced residents, and no serious injuries have been reported.
In a world filled with fleeting moments, there's beauty waiting to be captured. My name is Christian, and I specialize in immortalizing your most precious memories. From elegant weddings to vibrant events and timeless portraits, I'm here to make every moment unforgettable. Let me tell your story through the lens. Contact me today and let's create magic together.
Journey to self-discovery and mastery. Be bold, why not? Season 6 with MJ Concepcion every Monday 8 p.m. CST. Don't miss out.
Where every conversation is welcome at the table. This is Pink Table Talk with Dr. Carly D. Every Wednesday 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Rice, spice, and everything nice. Welcome to the Philippine food scene with Adobo Queen, Nancy Reyes Lumen of Commissary Kitchen. Every Thursday 8 p.m. CST, Friday 9 a.m. Philippine time.
The Austin Police Department, or APD, announced the death of one of its longtime K-9 officers, marking a significant loss for the department. Jacques Belgian Malinois died over the weekend after suffering a medical complication. APD said veterinarians attempted to treat him, but his condition continued to worsen. Jacques began training with APD in August 2016 and served alongside officers for nearly a decade. During his career, he assisted in more than 200 arrests, including 11 cases involving suspects wanted for murder. APD officials said Jacques became the first patrol K-9 in the department history to die while still on active duty. The department had planned to retire him in less than 2 weeks. A North Texas hospital has successfully treated a newborn from Georgia with a rare heart condition, giving her a strong start in life. The Beavers family from Athens, Georgia, discovered before birth that their daughter, Anna Claire, had a rare heart defect in which her left ventricle was underdeveloped. She was also diagnosed with Turner syndrome, a genetic disorder. Local specialists in Georgia were unable to manage the complex combination of her conditions, prompting the family to look elsewhere for care. They found Dr. Vincent Tam at Cook Children's Medical Center in Fort Worth, who has extensive experience performing Norwood surgeries and treating children with Turner syndrome. Anna Claire was born on April 3rd and underwent open heart surgery at just 1 day old. The operation lasted more than 5 hours and was deemed successful. Now nearly 9 months old, Anna Claire is thriving. Her family occasionally returns to Fort Worth for follow-up visits with Dr. Tam. Doctors have said Anna Claire will likely need another surgery between ages 3 and 5, with hopes that advancements in treatment will continue to give her the best chance at a long and healthy life. Methodist Hospital Metropolitan welcomed its first 2 babies of 2026 just minutes after midnight, hospital officials reported. The first baby, a girl named Snaya San Martin Esviarosa, was born at 12:51 a.m., weighing 5 pounds 5 ounces and measuring 19 inches long. Her parents, first-time parents Amaya Esviarosa and Yuswani San Martin Reyes, celebrated the milestone. Less than 3 minutes later, Caliamor Bautista was born at 12:03 a.m., weighing 8 pounds and measuring 20 inches long. Her parents, Melissa Jose and Juan Bautista, said the timing made the birth even more memorable. Sonny Garrett, Director of Women's Services at Methodist Hospital Metropolitan, said the unit shared in the excitement with both families. Hospital CEO Greg Saylor described the arrivals as a meaningful reminder of the hospital team's work. Methodist Healthcare delivers more babies than any other hospital system in San Antonio, providing obstetric care focused on safety, comfort, and compassion. As the new year began in 2026, enhanced federal tax credits, the lowered health insurance premiums for most people enrolled in Affordable Care Act plans expired at midnight, triggering higher healthcare costs for millions of Americans. The expanded subsidies were part of temporary federal measures designed to make coverage more affordable. They reduced monthly premiums for individuals and families who purchased insurance through ACA marketplaces. That higher level of assistance is now no longer in effect. As a result, many enrollees will see increased monthly premium bills. The impact is expected to fall most heavily on people who rely on financial assistance to afford private health plans offered on federal and state exchanges. Lower and middle income households are among those most affected. The expiration comes after many consumers had already selected or renewed coverage for 2026, meaning some may now face unexpected cost increases. Hospitals, clinics, and community health organizations are closely watching the situation for possible increases in uninsured patients. As households adjust to the new cost landscape, the change has renewed concerns about health insurance affordability and the stability of the individual insurance market.
Join us for a captivating new series where Lawin sits down with the trailblazers of the music and entertainment world. Discover the stories behind the faces and voices that shape our culture and community.
We will bring you exclusive interviews with industry legends and rising stars. Behind the scenes insights and get a peek into the creative processes and personal journeys. Artists and performers and their upcoming shows and events.
Stay tuned for more updates and sneak peeks. Follow us on social media and subscribe to our channel.
The Trump administration has announced a one-year delay on planned tariff increases for imported furniture and kitchen cabinets, citing concerns about housing affordability and home renovation costs. Senior officials said higher tariffs could place additional financial strain on homeowners landlords and developers at a time when housing costs remain elevated. Furniture and cabinetry had been targeted due to rising import volumes and their impact on domestic manufacturers. U.S. furniture makers and cabinet producers have previously supported tariffs, arguing that low-cost imports undercut domestic production and threatened wages and jobs. However, administration officials said a broader review raised concerns about inflation and consumer prices. Before approving the delay, officials examined price trends, supply chain conditions, inflation data for home goods, and housing market indicators, including home sales and renovation activity. Retailers and importers had already adjusted ordering schedules and inventory levels in anticipation of the tariffs. The postponement gives businesses additional time to manage contracts and pricing strategies as supply chain challenges continue to affect wood products and hardware. Officials said the tariff increases could still be reconsidered after the one-year pause following further review of manufacturing output, employment, and import levels. The Department of Public Works and Highways said Friday that its proposed 2026 budget does not include funding for new locally funded flood control projects. The agency clarified that reports claiming otherwise are inaccurate. DPWH said the proposed 2.49 billion peso allocation is intended only for the maintenance and operating expenses of existing flood control programs, including Oplan Contra Baha. According to the department, the funds will be used for declogging, desilting, dredging, repairs, and clearing operations to keep waterways and drainage systems functioning nationwide. DPWH said these efforts aim to reduce flooding risks despite limited fiscal space. The department added that the absence of funding for new locally funded flood control projects follows President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s directive to streamline government spending. Earlier, the president said the proposed 2026 national budget would exclude funding for DPWH flood control projects as part of efforts to remove questionable or problematic items. Marcos said a review showed many projects initially listed for 2026 may no longer be necessary, noting that about 350 billion peso allocated for flood control in 2025 remains unspent and can support ongoing work without new funding next year. Singapore's Commercial Affairs Department is seeking to seize additional assets as it has linked to Cambodian businessman Chen Ji and his conglomerate Prince Group after the assets were disclosed during a court hearing. Authorities are moving to take possession of checks worth more than 3.7 million Singapore dollars and bonds valued at over 200,000 US dollars, or about 257,000 Singapore dollars. Investigators said the financial instruments could represent proceeds linked to alleged scam activities. Court documents outlined how the CAD connected the assets to Chen Ji and entities under Prince Group, which operates multiple businesses in Cambodia and elsewhere in the region. Prosecutors told the court the seizure was sought under Singapore laws that allow authorities to restrain or confiscate property suspected of being linked to criminal conduct or money laundering. The CAD said it continues to trace funds moving through Singapore's financial system, coordinating with foreign counterparts as the investigation proceeds. The Philippine Nurses Association of Metropolitan Houston held its 2025 Christmas party, bringing together members, families, and supporters for an evening of celebration and fellowship in Houston. The event took place at Pinoy Gourmet and featured a holiday pajama theme, with attendees arriving in festive sleepwear. Activities included a best pajama segment, raffle draws, and popular spin-a-win game. Along with a shared meal and interactive group activities, the gathering also provided an opportunity for members to reflect on the association's volunteer work and professional support initiatives over the past year. The evening concluded with group photos, informal networking, and recognition of volunteers. The organization described the celebration as both a year-end gathering and a launch point for continued service and community engagement in 2026. The Philippine Consulate General in Houston joined the Knights of Rizal, Texas Area Command and its chapters along with Kababaihan Rizalista Incorporated and Kabataang Pangarap ni Rizal in commemorating the 129th anniversary of the martyrdom of Philippine national hero Dr. Jose Rizal on December 30th. Representatives from the Filipino-American National Historical Society Houston chapter also took part in the event. The commemoration began with a wreath-laying ceremony at the Jose Rizal Monument in Herman Park. It was followed by a formal program at the Consulate's Mabini Hall. During the program, organizers screened the short film Ang Batang Rizal at Ang Lihim na Liwanag, directed by Fred Celerio, who was present for the occasion. Consul Von Ryan Pangui and leaders of Core Texas emphasized the enduring relevance of Rizal's ideals. They highlighted how his teachings continue to inspire Filipinos across generations, professions, and communities in the Philippines and throughout the global diaspora.
Filing taxes, dealing with tax debt, or facing IRS actions is stressful, but you don't have to go it alone. Call 832-674-0829 or visit www.taxresolutionesq.com.
For divorce and family law in Texas, Liggett Dizon Law Firm PC will guide you every step of the way.
From initial consultation to detailed review of your case and strategic planning.
We'll sit with you during negotiations or mediations, and represent you in court.
Whether it is a family law, estate planning, or immigration, we will be there to guide through the final steps.
So, leave your legal matters behind you and embrace your future.
You can contact Liggett Dizon Law Firm PC at 346-5454-346 or visit dizonlawfirm.com.
Former world heavyweight boxing champion Anthony Joshua has been discharged from a hospital in Lagos after surviving a car crash that killed two of his close friends. Nigerian officials said Wednesday. Joshua, 36, was traveling Monday along the busy Lagos-Ibadan highway with friends Sina Gami and Latif Ayodele when their SUV slammed into a stationary truck. Police said Joshua sustained minor injuries, while Gami and Ayodele, his longtime strength and conditioning coach and personal trainer, were killed at the scene. Preliminary findings by Ogun State's Traffic Compliance and Enforcement Agency indicated the SUV was speeding and suffered a tire blowout before the crash. Authorities said the driver has also been released from the hospital and is being questioned with possible charges for reckless driving. In a joint statement, Lagos and Ogun state officials said Joshua was clinically fit to recuperate at home, though deeply affected by the loss. After his discharge, Joshua and his mother visited the funeral home where his friends' remains were being prepared for repatriation. Joshua, British national of Nigerian descent, recently defeated Jake Paul in Miami and has been linked to a potential bout with Tyson Fury. The Philippine Olympic Committee plans to host the inaugural Southeast Asian Plus Youth Games or C+YG in Manila in 2028, POC officials announced. The multi-sport event will be open to athletes aged 17 and under and is designed to prepare young competitors for the Asian Youth Games and the Youth Olympic Games. POC President Abraham Bambo Tolentino will serve as the founding president of the competition. Tolentino said he has secured backing from 9 of the 11 National Olympic Committee presidents in Southeast Asia, including those from Thailand, Indonesia, Malaysia, Laos, Cambodia, Myanmar, Vietnam, and Timor-Leste. He added that the Olympic Council of Asia has pledged full support. The C Plus Youth Games will be staged at least 1 year before the Asian Youth Games and are expected to be held every 2 years. The program will feature 2 mandatory sports, up to 12 Olympic sports, up to 5 Asian non-Olympic sports, and 1 traditional sport. Tolentino said the plus refers to inviting at least 1 Asian NOC outside Southeast Asia to boost competition and athlete development. Netflix's hit series Stranger Things ended its 9-year run on Wednesday with the defeat of its main villain Vecna, an uncertain fate for Eleven, and as a symbol closing scene meant to mark the end of childhood, according to creators Matt and Ross Duffer. In the finale, Vecna and the Mind Flayer are destroyed as Hopper and Murray detonate a bomb that eliminates the Upside Down. Eleven disappears along with it, leaving her fate unresolved. The story closes with Mike leading one final Dungeons and Dragons game, holding on to hope that Eleven survived. The last image shows the basement door closing, a deliberate callback to the show's beginning. Ross Duffer said the basement and the game represented the characters' childhood and how audiences first met them. The scene was intended to show the group moving forward while the new generation begins its own journey. The Dungeons and Dragons sequence mirrored the opening scene of Season 1, creating a full-circle farewell. Matt Duffer described filming the finale as emotional for both cast and crew. Netflix said Stranger Things reached 1.2 billion views ahead of the final season's release, according to Variety. Actress Maha Salvador revealed her daughter Maria's face for the first time on January 1st, as she shared a single photo on Instagram and stated her commitment to protect her child's privacy. Salvador posted the image on her Facebook or official Instagram account during a family trip to a snowy location, marking the first public photo that clearly shows Maria's face since birth. In the caption, Salvador said the post shows how proud she and her husband Rambo Nunez feel about their daughter, whom she described as their greatest blessing. Salvador also said she and Nunez promised to protect Maria and her privacy at all costs. She added that her daughter will have the choice in the future on how she wants to be known by the public. Salvador welcomed Maria with Nunez in 2024. As we brace ourselves for the upcoming weather changes, let's dive into what you can expect day by day. Whether you're planning outdoor activities or just preparing for the week, we've got you covered with the most accurate forecast. Stay tuned with us as we take a closer look at the weather patterns that will impact our region. Remember, here at Lawin Weekly News, we bring you the clearest skies to the stormiest forecasts.
Here is your Lawin Weekly News weather forecast in Houston, Texas. On January 4th, Sunday, the highest temperature is around 63 degrees Fahrenheit with a low of 45 degrees Fahrenheit. Sunny and cool throughout the afternoon. On January 5th, Monday, the temperature peaks near 65 degrees Fahrenheit and dips to 47 degrees Fahrenheit at night. Mostly sunny and pleasant. On January 6th, Tuesday, the highest temperature is about 66 degrees Fahrenheit with a low of 48 degrees Fahrenheit. Partly sunny with mild winter conditions. On January 7th, Wednesday, the temperature reaches 64 degrees Fahrenheit and drops to 46 degrees Fahrenheit overnight. Cloudy with a chance of light rain. On January 8th, Thursday, the high is around 62 degrees Fahrenheit with a low of 44 degrees Fahrenheit. Cool and mostly sunny. On January 9th, Friday, the highest temperature is near 61 degrees Fahrenheit with a low of 43 degrees Fahrenheit. Sunny and crisp during the afternoon. On January 10th, Saturday, the temperature peaks at 63 degrees Fahrenheit and dips to 45 degrees Fahrenheit at night. Clear and sunny most of the day.
So those were the latest stories in Texas this week. I am Ines Casentina from Lawin Media Network. Have a great day.
Lawin Weekly News.
Tune in live Sundays 8 a.m. Central Standard Time and Sundays 6 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Lawin Weekly News.